Welcome back to video number 3. You guys know the drill. This is the video where we cover what the real working royals are doing. There's a lot. Let's jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start with day 3 of Wimbledon, where the Duchess of Gloucester was spotted in the royal box. Then on day 4 of Wimbledon, Michael and Carol Middleton, who we know are the parents of Catherine, the Princess of Wales, was seen walking through Wimbledon to get to their seats. I must say that Catherine must be doing much better, because if she wasn't, they would not be out and about like this with the smiles on their face. It's the same thing with William. Obviously, Catherine is doing much better. When they got to their seat, they were greeted by Sebastian Coe, I believe is how you say it. He is the president of the World Athletics. Everybody looked well, happy, and, talking and looking like they were having a good time. And why shouldn't they? And a big thank you, as usual, to Remoulade Sauce for showing us all the beautiful outfit that Carol Middleton was wearing. Moving on. Next up, Princess Beatrice and her fabulous husband, Edo, were seen at a dinner celebrating the 20th anniversary of Maria Sharapova's first Wimbledon title. They were at the 22, I believe is what it's named, and this took place on July 3rd in London. Now, also attending Wimbledon was Sir Ben Ainsley and Hannah Waddington, and they both look very nice. Moving on. Let's move on now to Charles and Camilla. This was pretty cool. They're in Scotland, and Camilla and Edward the Duke received a major honor from King Charles as members of the royal family arrived at St. Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh for the Order of the Thistle service, because the Queen and Edward became members of the Order of the Thistle. Now, for those of you who don't know it, this is Scotland's greatest order of chivalry, and this took place on day 2 of Holyrood Week. As soon as King Charles and Queen Camilla arrived, they were greeted by the Dean of St. Giles Cathedral. Just so you know, also appointed to the order was a forensic anthropologist named Baroness Sue Black, a lawyer, Baroness Helena Kennedy, and Scotland's first Black professor, Sir Jeff Palmer. They arrived at 11 a.m., the King and Queen did. They got the salute from the Royal Guard of Honor. Then they were greeted by the interim moderator, the Chancellor of the Order of the Thistle, the Dean of the Order of the Thistle, and the Secretary of the Order of the Thistle. Now, obviously, William was there also. Now, Charles, because he's the sovereign of the order, the appointments are his personal gift, and they're made independently of Downing Street to those who have public office or have contributed significantly why can't I say that word? Significantly to national life. Now, since Camilla is patron of Maggie's Care Centre, which was founded in Edinburgh in 1996, and she's also patron or president of several charities based in Scotland, and is an honorary member of the local Ballater Williams Institute and the Upper Deeside Art Society. So for people saying he just gave it to her because that's his wife, no, that's not it. Point is, guys, whether you want to admit it or not, she's earned it. Now, Edward earned it by holding several patronages of Scottish charities, organizations, including the Edinburgh International Festival, as well as the National Youth Orchestra of Scotland, and we know that he honors the commitment to the Duke of Edinburgh Awards. Now, of course, there were other royals that we would have liked to have been, seen, but who couldn't attend, like Princess Anne, who's still recovering at home after her accident with the horse. Catherine, Princess of Wales, who's still undergoing preventative chemo following her cancer diagnosis. And I'm sorry we didn't see them. It would have been nice. The ceremony started with Charles saying to Camilla, "It is our pleasure, Her Majesty the Queen, be installed a lady of the most ancient and noble order of the Thistle." Ooh, that sounds very official. So this is a long-standing tradition, you guys should know. The Order of the Thistle has 16 knights and ladies, men and women who hold public office, or as I've said before, have offered a contribution to national life. Now, the king announced in June of 2023 that Camilla was going to join the order. He put out an announcement through Buckingham Palace saying, "The king has been graciously pleased to appoint the queen to the most ancient and most noble order of the Thistle." Buckingham Palace then announced the news of Edward's appointment in March of this year. I love seeing the royal family out and about. Everybody looks happy and healthy. Again, William wouldn't be out if Catherine wasn't doing well, so I take that as a good sign. And a big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for showing us everything that Sophie was wearing. I loved her outfit. Let's move on. Later on, after everything happened, Charles and Camilla left, and then they went to a celebration for the 900th anniversary of the city of Edinburgh, and that took place at the Edinburgh Castle in Edinburgh, Scotland. You all should know that the city put on their very best displays. There were performances from Dance Base, which is Scotland's National Centre for Dance. There was author Sir Alexander McCall Smith, who read a short poem. The King and Queen spoke to several local organizations. There were displays. There was showcasing of innovation, food, design, charity. Oh, it looked like it was so much fun. Just as an FYI, Charles and Camilla were greeted by the governor of the Edinburgh Castle, Alastair Bruce. Just throwing this in there, the king's treatments must really be working. He looks really happy and healthy, downing alcohol. Good for him. Do you see what the queen is wearing there? That's the Queen Mother's diamond thistle brooch. Love it. And this was really cute. Charles and Camilla also cut a cake while they were there that was made by the youngest ever winner of Bake Off, Peter Sawkins. Now, for those of you who don't know the history, in 1124, King David I introduced a new system of local government in Scotland, and this was part of his effort to reform the nation's economy and political structure, and Edinburgh was one of the first ones that he had something to do with. Looks like Charles had a great time, saw some great entertainment, sampled some great alcohol. Good for him. Glad to see him out and about. Let's move on. And I just wanted to touch on this before we go. They're talking about Princess Beatrice becoming a working royal. The problem is she's married with a child. Her husband, they spend only half their time in the UK, essentially. And the king cannot make an exception for her because he can't allow her the half in, half out, because that's what Harry and Meghan wanted. They wanted the half in, half out. And they were told no. Now, there is a difference in that Beatrice is not trying to monetize the royal family. She's not trying to make money off her title. She's not, doing interviews and podcasts and all this stuff that Harry and Meghan were doing to line their pockets. So there is a difference. But the king can't do for them and not do for Harry and Meghan. So that'll never happen. And I don't trust Eugenie at all. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, go down into the description box. You'll find the links to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, my Amazon wish list. If you've donated anything to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.